Happy Thursday, scientists. Today for science, you're going to need a box of crayons, your pencil, science notebook, and your yellow resource folder. In your yellow resource folder, you're going to take out your last page for this supply pickup. And you're going to then go back to your science notebook. We have been working on our unit on plants and animals. So turn back to the last page that we had inserted when we were discussing our animal life cycle, and we discussed metamorphosis and incomplete metamorphosis. So let's go ahead and turn the page. We're going to be inserting pages 17 on the left and page 18. Remember, our science notebook follows a very clear format that the left side is our structured side, so our note-taking and information, and then on the right side is our creative way to synthesize the new information and be able to produce something to show the learned information. So let's go ahead, turn back to our table of contents, and let's put number 17 and 18. So we're going to place our heredity, comma, instincts, comma, and learned, and we're going to place the abbreviation for behavior, BEH, notes, and today's date is 9-24-20. And then on page 18, you're going to be placing your web of traits / chart. And with the same date, 9-24-20. Remember, you can pause your video at any time to get yourself caught up and organized, and then push play when you're ready. So turning back to today's page, we will need a glue stick. So go ahead and take your teach page you're going to place on the structured side, so on the left. Go ahead and use your glue stick. Make the box and crisscross through the middle. Smooth this out. You're going to be placing the title of this lesson. Tuesday you read the lesson from your science book that were placed in a digital format on our Schoology lesson. So we have been talking about heredity, comma, instincts, comma, and learned behavior. Next week we will be having a mini quiz on our information that we've been learning in the past couple lessons, so the past couple weeks, and you'll be able to use your notebook as an open notebook quiz. So just make sure that you have completed the pages that we've gone over and you have the information that you can refer to. You also have a copy of your science book that you can use as an additional resource when you complete your quiz. So we're going to start by looking at our closed notes. And remember, with closed notes, we're going to be reading the information, and as we get to the portion where we need to fill in the missing word, make sure that you're listening and looking at the screen to determine the correct spelling to fill it in with the appropriate vocabulary word. So at the top it says, have you ever noticed how children often look a lot like their parents? This happens because of a process known as heredity. The next line or the next word is going to be a repeat of that vocabulary word. So fill in the word heredity. Heredity is the passing of traits from parents to offspring. That's an important sentence. So we're going to underline that sentence. So it's traits that are passed from your parent to the child. The next part says a trait. So the missing word is trait. Is a feature such as brown eyes. Flowers can inherit things just like we do, such as their petal color and shape, while birds can inherit the shape of their beak. The next sentence starts with the next vocabulary, which is genes. So not like the jeans you wear, these are genes inside of you. Genes control the traits you inherit, and genes are chemical instructions. So half of your genes come from your mother and half come from your father. The next word is environment. Our environment can also control our, and this is the word we just talked about, which is traits, period. The next sentence, our skin color. So there's 2 words to fill in. You can stack it if you are writing a little bit larger, or you can write them side by side like I did. Our skin color can be changed by the environment. So just like if you go to the beach and get a suntan, that influences the shade of your skin. Just as our height, so we're going to write the word height, can be controlled by the foods we eat. So if we nourish our bodies with the correct nourishment and nutrients, we can grow taller to a certain degree, or we can stunt our growth with not giving our body the proper nourishment. So the next part says a house plant will grow towards the light no matter where you move the plant. The next section we're moving into is our instincts and learned behavior. So talking about the difference. So the chart that's on the left, we're going to need to code depending on if the example is considered to be an instinct or learned behavior. So we're going to come back to this after we read the information about those 2 traits or 2 pieces of behavior. So animals also have the ability to, and we're going to write the word learn in that first line, learn to survive. Learned behaviors are things that animals learn from. The word is experience. So doing something, or by watching. So when you see someone model something, by watching other animals. Animals also have instincts that help keep them alive. Human babies have an instinct. So we're going to fill in the next vocab word. Instinct to cry when they are hungry. And birds build nests for protection. Spiders build webs to be able to eat. And that's to eat is the last one. So there is a difference between what is a learned behavior, meaning that you typically either have to experience something or you watch someone else do that behavior. So it's learned. And then you have instinct. It comes naturally for survival. So looking at the chart on the left, you see that there are many different examples that might be in the wrong place. So when we read through the examples, you are going to either write the letter I in the box to indicate that that is an instinct, or you are going to write the letters L, B to indicate that that would be a learned behavior, that you would have to experience or watch someone to do what it is asking us to do. So the first one says a baby breathing. We would have to determine, is that something a baby does by instinct, naturally does that, or do they have to watch someone else to then be able to do it themselves? In this first example, this is an instinct. So I'm going to write the letter I to indicate that this is something they do naturally. Moving to the next one, a dog sitting on command. Well, I don't know about you, but my dog did not do that when she first came to live with us. It took a lot of practice and rewards to get her to follow those commands. So this is a learned behavior. So we're going to write LB, learned behavior. Going down to the next one, you have a child learning how to count. So think about the process of you learning how to count in kindergarten, or before that, maybe your parents were helping you at home learn how to count. You didn't come out as a baby knowing how to count to 10. That's something that you took some practice to do. So this is considered to be a learned behavior. The next one, a kitten nursing on its mother. So when a kitten is first born, in order to get the nutrients to continue to grow, this is considered to be instinct. The next one, a dolphin learning tricks. This is not something that they do naturally. This is something that they watch other dolphins do, and then they learn by the experience of trying it on themselves. So this is a learned behavior. Then we have a lion cub learning to hunt. Well, they know that they're hungry and want food, but in order to hunt successfully to get the food that they need, they oftentimes will have to watch another older animal do this first. Going down to the next row, a baby bird learning to fly. So a baby bird is not naturally able to take flight. It takes some practice. So this is watching experience or experiencing it. So that's a learned behavior. A bear hibernating. This is something that is built into the bear and who they are, because it is storing that energy to be able to have survival through tough weather. So this is an instinct. The last row, a baby seal turtle walking to the surf. We might have some more knowledge in this because we live in Florida, and you might go to areas on the beach that have sea turtle nests, and the sea turtle, the adult sea turtle, is not around when the eggs hatch. So this is considered to be instinct because they naturally go towards the light of the moon, towards the water, and that is not something they watch another animal do. And the last one, a fish swimming. This is also considered to be instinct. They do this naturally when they're first born or hatch, depending on whatever you're talking about. Moving on to the right side, we are going to then be talking about the traits that we have personally been given by our own parents. So you are going to be drawing a chart to show what you got from your parents. So we're going to go ahead and label the right side our web of traits. So this is where you're going to draw a picture of yourself in the middle, and then from your picture you're going to draw lines out just like we would when we are building a web of ideas based on a topic. Those lines that you're drawing out from yourself or the picture you have drawn are going to be more specific with items that you might have inherited from your own parents. So Mrs. Ling is tall, I'm 5'9", so my height would be, or my height, and then I could be more specific, being tall could be something that I could write that I inherited from my own parents. Or I have brown hair, so I'm a brunette, so I could say that that brown hair was inherited from my parents because both of my parents have brown hair as well. So your job for your creative side today is to draw a picture of yourself from the top of your head to your tip of your toes, and then you're going to draw lines coming from your picture telling me things that you inherited from your parents. So if you have good eyesight, or my boys both have glasses because their daddy has poor eyesight, they could have listed their trait was poor eyesight. You could be specific with the shade of your skin, or if you are athletic, you can talk about the traits that are naturally instilled in you based on your parents. So make the picture of yourself, tip of your head to the tip of your toes, and then make your web of the traits that you receive from your parents. Take a picture of both your completed pages and submit to today's lesson.